This phone, it's a brand new one too. I ordered one coming in the mail. But I got a funny story to tell you. I'm on TikTok. Backstory. And I'm strolling along. And I come up, the slide comes up on my throwaway page, and Keisha was in there. I think Cassie May was in there. Charles. Anyway, there's some people in there, and she's one of them. And of course, I'm the subject of conversation. I must be famous. I seem to be the subject of conversation with Nicole. Oh, she was being far more nastier. You got to close your mouth, girl, because the truck could go through that. But let's get back to Keisha. Now, she wasn't being nearly as nasty as Nicole, but Nicole's trying to protect her little boyfriend there. And so I made a video because I thought it was pretty funny. And I says, it's all people got to do is discuss me in lives. They must be very, very bored or very threatened. And I did mention the name. I said in the video, I ran up on Keisha's live she was in, and I was the subject of conversation, and she's bashing. And I posted it. I didn't think too much about it after that, because actually I just thought it was funny. Later on, I go live on TikTok, and I do every day. She pops in, and I said, what is she doing here? And she goes, I come in peace. I want to talk. I says, what? I says, this isn't the time or place. I'm talking about the band that's going to happen Sunday. TikTok is going to close it down Sunday. But she was persistent. I gave it to her. She was persistent. I said, let this girl up here. So I let her up in the box, and she mentions in a video, she's not being nasty. And I says, well, what video? She's the last one you put. I says, where? YouTube or TikTok? Or Trend? I mean, where are you talking about? She goes, TikTok. I says, let me check. So I go to my other phone, and I check. I said, oh, yeah, that one. Honestly, I didn't remember because she's unimportant to me. I don't know her. I don't even have anything against her. She's just unimportant to me. She's not someone I keep in my head or want to think about, I said, oh, yeah, that one, where you were bashing me. She says, what do you mean we're threatened? I says, well, you must be. I says, you're sitting there in your live, you bashed me. She says, no, I went. I said, yeah, you were. I says, I was watching, girl. Well, you didn't realize I was watching from the sidelines. You were. And if you don't want me to call you out on it, then keep my name out of your mouth. As simple as that. But if you're going to sit there and talk, you got to expect me that I'm going to react. Now, earlier, I knew she was live because my people were telling me she was live. She said, don't go over there. They're talking about message you. That they're wanting to ambush you. I said, okay, I won't go over there. I wanted to. I said, just let me poke them. And I mentioned in the video, I said, should I go poke her like I poked Bear? And I told him, I said, oh, just let me poke her. He said, no, just stay away from her. I said, okay. But she popped in the live. She invited it. And everybody showed up. Bree showed up. Krista showed up. All my people, just about all my people showed up. Okay. Now, they were calling, I got her up when she's in the box, they were trying to call her names, and I wasn't tolerating it. And I told them, I says, as long as she's in my box, you are not going to be calling her names or disrespecting her. They wouldn't stop. So Cece says, well, mute the conversation. So I had one of my mods turn off all comments. So the comments were off while she was up there. And we were trying to talk to her about what she's doing. And I says, you were bashing me in your live. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I said, yeah, you were. Well, she couldn't hang. And she just didn't say goodbye, nothing. She just left. She goes running to her page, okay? And she goes live, and we're watching her, what she's saying. And at one point, she's talking fine. She tries to call me over there. And I told Bree and them, says, I'm going over there. See, she's blocked them, so she figured, let me go in her home. I guess she thought I wouldn't have it back up. To my people, I'm a big girl. I'm quite well to take care of myself. So I go over there. I get in the box. It's me and her. And she goes to talk. Only I ain't hear nothing. All I hear is her mouth moving. And I says, look, girl, I can't hear you. And then when she did, she says, well, my batteries are running low. I says, I can, she goes, can you hear me? And I says, barely. I says, try plugging your charger into your phone. She says, when I do that, and she pretends or puts it in there, and then she's saying something, but you're not hearing anything. It's just her mouth moving. So I don't know if it's technical difficulty she's having with the phone because of it lacking juice, which didn't make sense to me, or she's playing games. Because 2 minutes before, she was talking fine. And she said, and then all of a sudden her voice comes back and she says, well, my phone's dying. I got to go to work. We'll continue this tomorrow. I said, okay. No problem. So that's the story of Quiche. Now, I know she's on Morbid's panel. And I wish she would use her brain. I checked her channel out. Gypsy. She's got to realize eventually Gypsy is not going to be a subject of matter, and she's going to have nothing on her channel. And like I said when she's in the box, I says, you leave the Gypsy's child out of it. The child is innocent.